Dear students, welcome to our online classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in computer science, JSIPU College, Mysuru. Students, today let us see one more example for iteration statement. For statement, let us write a program. It is a program to find factorial of a number. You know what is factorial of a number? So, suppose given number n is the number, for example, n is equals to 5. So, this is the number given. So, what is factorial of a 5? Factorial f equals to, it is 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is equals to 120. So, this is factorial of a given number. So, given number is n, you can start multiplying from given number up to 1, or you can also multiply from 1 up to the given number n. So, this is factorial of a number. Now, let us write a program for the same. Header file hash include iostream.h hash include conio.h void main, then open this bracket, clear screen. Next is declaration of variable. Here I am using a variable int. N is the given number, I is a loop control variable, and fact is a variable to store the result or the factorial of a number. So, next step is we have to enter value for n. So, we can display a message cout enter a number. Then after this we have to make use of input statement to accept the values, that is cin, n is the variable. So, we have to enter value for n. So, next one is we have to make use of for loop here. So, for here given number is n and loop control variable is I. So, we can write here I starting with I is equal to 1 and semicolon I less than or equal to n. So, this is the condition here. This is the logical condition here. So, we have to keep multiplying the numbers from 1 up to the number n or up to the given number. So, then it is increment, it is I plus plus. See, this is how we use for loop. And inside the for loop, we have to multiply the numbers fact equals fact star I and semicolon. And here I am closing this bracket here. Cout factorial of a number equals, close the quote, and here fact is the variable and semicolon. Then we have to close the program with get ch and closing main bracket. See, this is a program to find the factorial of a given number. Now, let us see how the program is going to work. So, here at the beginning we are going to enter a number here. For example, if I say n equals to 5, so now in the for loop I equal to 1, I less than n is 5, I less than n condition is true, it is going to multiply here fact equal to fact star I, fact into 1. At the beginning, fact equals to fact into I. At the beginning, I value is 1. So, I value is 1. So, we have to assume that value of variable fact, let it be 1 at the beginning. Now, here fact is equals to 1 into 1, that is equal to 1. When the value of I equal to 1, it is going to take the value of fact as 1. Now, after this, it increments the value of I by 1, it becomes 2. 2 less than n, it is true, it enters the loop here. Here, next time it is multiplied by fact into I value becomes 2 here. So it is fact is equal to 1 into 2, that is equal to 2. Similarly, it increments the value by 1, then it becomes 3, 3 less than n, condition is true, it enters the loop here, 2 into 3 equals to 6. This is the value of I here, and this is the previous value of fact. Now here, after this, I value here, next I value becomes 4, 4 less than n, it is true, so enter the loop, it becomes 6 into 4 equals to 24. When I value becomes 5, it is 24 into 5, that is equals to 120. After printing, it increments the value of I by 1, so I value becomes 6 here. 6 is less than or equal to n. No, condition fails here, it will come out of the loop. So it is going to print the final, see out, factorial of a number equals fact. So it is going to print the final answer as 120. So this is a program to find the factorial of a given number. Now let us see the output of the same. Output. First we will get a message here, enter a number. Enter a number. Then after this, we are supposed to enter a number, for example 5. So then you have to press enter key. Then after executing the loop or after executing the program, it's going to display the output. So here is going to print factorial of a number equals. In this example, n5 factorial is 120, is going to print 120. So this is a program to find out factorial of a given number n. Topic, jump statement. Now, what are jump statements? These jump statements are used to transfer the control from one statement to another, within a program or within a loop. So here, what are jump statements? Jump statements are the statement used to change the flow of control or to transfer the control from one point to another point. It can be within a program or maybe within a loop, inside a loop. Now, the jump statements within a loop can be used in 3 methods. One, to terminate the loop. I mean to come out of the loop. Next point is to exiting a loop. Halfway through to skip the loop. So within a loop statements, we can make use of jump statements in 3 different levels or in 3 different methods. One is to terminate the loop in between, or we can stop executing the loop. That is one point. Second one is to exiting a loop or to come out of the loop. And last point is halfway through to skip the loop, or in between we can stop executing the rest of the statements within a loop. So these are all the purpose of using jump statements. We are going to discuss the following 4 jump statements. They are, one is break statement. Second one is continue statement. Next one is exit function. And fourth one is go to statement. Fourth one is go to statement. So, according to your syllabus, we are going to discuss these 4 jump statements with examples. Now, let us see these examples one by one. First statement is break statement. Break statement, it has 2 functions. It has 2 functions. First one is, you know that we are using this to terminate case statements in switch case. And second function is to force the termination of a loop. So here in the break statement is used in 2 ways, or it has 2 functions. One already we have discussed in our previous session about switch case statements. In switch case statements we were using cases, number of cases, and last statement in each and every case would be the break statement that is used to come out of case or switch case. Similarly, another use is we are using this to force the termination of a loop or stop executing the loop. Now, the general form or the syntax is break and semicolon. This break is a reserved word, it will be in a lowercase always. So, this is the general syntax of the break statement. Now, let us say a simple program for this. A program to print numbers from 1 to 10. So, in this program we can make use of break statement. Now, the program starts with header file hash include iostream.h hash include conio.h void main, and here just a program to print numbers from 1 to 10. I am declaring a variables. Before that, let me make use of clear screen function. This is to clear output screen. Declaration of variables. Let me make use of variable int I. Int I is a loop control variable. Next one is directly we can make use of for loop here. So here for I is a loop control variable. I want to print numbers from 1 to 10. So here I is equal to 1, the starting number. The condition is I less than or equals to 10, then I plus plus. This is an increment statement. And here I am going to print, here I can make use of break statement. Here first I say if I value is equals to 5, if I value is equals to 5, then I have to make use of break statement, or then I'll make use of break statement or to stop executing the loop here. Then we have to say out I endl semicolon, then we have to close this for loop here, then close the program with get ch function and closing the bracket. This is void main bracket here, we have to close here. Now let us see how this program is going to execute. first time, when I value is 1, condition is true, it enters the loop. When it enters the loop, again is one more condition here, I equal to 5. First time one value of I 1 is equal to 5. Condition is fails, it will not execute this, it execute the next statement, that is C out I. So it's going to print 1. And because of endl, the control goes to next line. So here 1, then I value, increment the value of I by 1, it becomes 2. 2 less than 10, yes. 2 is equal to 5, no. It will skip this and execute this statement. Accordingly, it's going to print 2. Similarly, it's going to print 3, 4. Because 4 is not equal to 5, it will not execute this statement. So it is going to print value of I as 4. Then after this, increment the value of I by 1, I value become 5. 5 less than equal to 10, condition is true, it enters the loop. Once it enters the loop here, 5 is equal to 5, condition is true. Here I value is 5, 5 is equal to 5, so condition is true, it will execute this statement, that is break statement. So because once you execute the break statement, so this break statement, it forces the termination of the loop. Because of that, it is not going to print value of I as 5, it will come out of the for loop. So this is, so accordingly this program, so even though we have written the program to print number from 1 to 10, the loop control variable is from 1 to 10. Because of break statement, it is not going to print all the statements or all the values from 1 to 10, is going to stop at the value 4. So this is how we use break statement.